Hey guys, Furum here, and today I'm going to be testing the Apollo Intensa Emozione in multiplayer for the second time. This time at a rank of 1684. I believe this is the best tune for its rank, so my tuning is 4504, and in Pro Kits 5055. Almost the same tuning as my Vulcan, but with one less on acceleration. In this video are the first 8 races that I played in this car at this rank. They are played sequentially without any races moved around or taken out. And so this is the very first race I ever played with this car at this rank. Also in this race are a 1719 Apollo Intensa Emozione as well as a 1695 one, which I believe is 35055055. And that tune is pretty good, but I've been able to beat them most of the time because of my superior acceleration. I believe that the higher you go in multiplayer ranks, like say 1600, 1700, 1800-ish, the more acceleration becomes very important, because at lower ranks, acceleration doesn't really do all that much because the cars go slower, and thus the faster ones have more time to catch up. However, at this rank, because the races are so fast, if you have really good acceleration, you can get ahead at the beginning, and if you're only, say, 2 miles per hour slower than the complete speed-oriented tunes at this rank, like I am, you can beat them most of the time, because I've found that getting ahead in the beginning gives confidence, whereas if you have a slower acceleration tune and you are maybe slightly faster, you're going to be playing catch-up practically every single race to those that have better acceleration. And on a one-lap race, well, it's highly unlikely that you're actually going to be able to catch up. And see here, even on a 2-lap race, even though they were higher ranked and slightly faster, I was able to stay ahead of them. So yes, that was my very first race that I ever played with this car at this rank. Now on to my second race, in which I start up faster than 2 of the Emoziones, but there is one that starts up about the same speed that I did. But he went off and went up and lost a bunch of speed, and I don't exactly know what happened to him. And as you saw at the beginning of this race, another reason faster acceleration is so extremely important is because you can knock down those that do not have as fast of acceleration. I've knocked down multiple Apollos that are just slightly faster by 2 miles per hour or so, but have worse acceleration, thus I knocked them down at the beginning, and they're 3 seconds behind and can't catch up because that 2 miles per hour is not enough. So I would say that as long as you do not make a mistake, going for better acceleration over faster speed will benefit you most of the time at this rank, assuming the speed difference isn't more than a couple miles per hour. And I think you will see throughout this video that that is certainly the case. So in this race, we beat a 1701 Apollo and a 1676, as well as a 1644 one. Yes, there are a lot of Apollos roaming around these ranks. Now for a race on Venice, in which we are facing another 1695 Apollo, as well as a 1643 one. And as you can see again, I get far ahead of them at the beginning, and they will not be able to catch up. So for those of you who are on the fence about whether or not to upgrade acceleration if you haven't yet, I would definitely recommend it, as long as you stay below rank 1690, which seems to me to be the new cutoff point, because I'm at 1684, and that's above the 1680 barrier that I thought was a barrier, but it actually doesn't seem to be, because I've gotten very good matchmaking in this car, regardless of whether I'm risking points or not, at this rank. So yeah, I think 1690 is the new barrier. So there is another tune around this rank that is better for people that don't have very many V12s. It is 55055050. Now, this gives a rank of 1687, so a slightly higher rank than this car, and it also has slightly slower speed by like 1 mile per hour, maybe not even that. The acceleration is approximately the same, I would say, maybe just slightly lower. So yeah, if you cannot pro exhaust, don't have enough V12s for it, that is a tune I would recommend going for if you would like to tune up to around this rank. Again, 55055050. So we have beat this 1695 Apollo, as well as the 1643 one, and another one down there, the 1629 one, who I believe was free racing and letting others gain points. That is a good thing to do when you're free racing and not recording a video. And yeah, I've gotten comments of people asking, if you're free racing, why don't you stop at the end for people to pass? Well, the whole point of this video is to show how the car performs and accurate results, And I feel that it just wouldn't feel right if I just stopped at the end when I was making a video and let everybody pass me and then come in like last or whatever. I want to give you guys the most accurate tests of these cars that I can do. And of course, I'm not going to stop at the end when I'm ticket racing like I am in this video. Now, when I'm not recording a video and I'm free racing, I will usually stop at the end for people to either take selfies, that's usually during off season, or during the season for just to help them gain points. So yes, I do that some. The route on the beach that I just took is extremely nice for faster cars such as this one because it allows you to stay at a speed higher than your normal top speed for like 7 or 8 seconds. So yeah, it's pretty good if you can learn how to do it properly. So here we beat a higher Apollo IE, a 1718 one, as well as a lower one, and a poor Camaro, which is basically dead at this rank. Now for a race on Patagonia against the same 1718 Apollo that we faced in the previous race. Now I'm not sure exactly what all these tunes are of these cars, but I do know what someone's 1634 is either 0505, 5050, or 3504 5050. That is a common one among lots of people, and I would definitely recommend, if you have yours at that rank, tune it slightly higher, add a little more acceleration or a little more exhaust, just so that you can have a better chance against those that haven't done that. See, that's one thing I like to do in multiplayer. I like to find where most people are going to be tuning, and then tune just slightly higher so that I can beat them most of the time. And that is what has happened fairly well in this car, because a lot of people are staying below 1680. So that is a nice little tactic for multiplayer tuning cars. Oh yeah, and this IE is purple. I know I said this in my previous video about the car, but you really can't tell very well, so I just want to point that out. So, I know many of you did manage to win this car. There was a poll done on Purple Team a few days ago that was between whether or not you won the Apollo or not. And around, I think, 70% of people who responded to the poll said they did win the car. So yeah, a lot of people did manage to win the car, even though the R&D was really hard, just because it's the king of the game and it's worth spending everything for. Now, you may be thinking, what if I didn't win the car? What are my choices for multiplayer? The Vulcan is still a worthwhile competitor. If you did not get the Apollo, I would recommend saving up your tokens and buying the Vulcan and tuning it to the 1679 rank as I show in a previous video. Here we beat the 1718 Apollo IE as well as a 1634 one and a 1698 Aranera Hesera GT. So back to the Vulcan, you can go to that 1679 rank, which is 5504, 5055, which is a tune I have used for a very long time. Now, I have something to tell you guys. I upgraded my Vulcan above 1700. Yes, I had one free S upgrade, and I used it on the final Nitro. That is because I am not going to be probably using it at 1679 rank in multiplayer anymore, because this car is just better in every way, and the 1679 Vulcan, for me, being at like 2050 rating and trying to progress higher in Champion League, it's just not going to work out very well for me when everybody else is in Apollo IEs. Now, I did make a video a few days ago about the 1679 Vulcan and about how it still does compete fairly well with this car, and I will be making a part 2 of that soon. It's just not consistent enough for me. That is why I've upgraded it, will not be using it in multiplayer anymore at that rank, and will just be using this car. Now, I did record some races with the 1679 Vulcan before I upgraded it on various tracks, different ones like Sector 8, San Diego Harbor Reverse, Tokyo Reverse, stuff like that, to test it against the Apollo IE. I will probably be making a versus video between the Vulcan and IE on 5 different tracks, I think it was, to see if the Vulcan can beat the IE on any tracks, and if so, by how much. Or will the IE be able to beat it on every kind of track? We will have to see when that video comes out. I will probably next be tuning my Vulcan up to 1747, which is Dr. Hillusion's tune. Max Proba with 0 on handling. Alright, so here we beat this 1663 Apollo, driven by a very good driver, who we face again in this race, and unfortunately my extra tank had run out, and this was actually the first race that I had ever played the Apollo IE in multiplayer where I did not have extra tanks. And so I was triple tapping all the time like I would in extra tanks, and let's just say it didn't go that great because I ran out of nitro and stuff and I just was not used to it. So yes, if you run into this driver skull, whatever, Olivia, I don't even remember the name, but if you run into them in multiplayer, just know they're a very good driver, and I give respect to him for that. I actually recorded these clips the same day that I won the Apollo. Yeah, I recorded me winning the Apollo, the 1610 races, and the 1684 races all in a single day, and I've just been spacing the uploads out, well, because that's better. I don't want to upload like 4 videos in one day, and I probably wouldn't even have time to do that anyway. So that's often what I will do. I will record batches of multiplayer races in a session and just over time make videos of them, because I find that to be a more efficient way to record multiplayer races. And I don't always upload videos in the order that I record the races either. Generally I do, but there's some times where you will notice, oh, he has a lot lower rating in one video than he did in the one previously. That's just because I recorded one of them later than the other, but I just uploaded the other one first. So in this race, we never managed to catch up to driver Skull Wesley Oliveira, I think his name is, so we come in second for the first time in this car. We did, however, beat a Camaro, but yeah, again, that car is basically dead at this rank. I may still test it though at some point, but I don't expect it to be very competitive. Okay, so for the final race of the video, we have a fellow Purple team member. His in-game name is Edition 5 Special, and he's known by Rohan Duby on the Purple team community, which by the way is open for anyone to join, and I put a link to it in the description for those of you who wish to join it. There is also a Discord for our community, and I will also put the link to that in the description. It's just a place for fans to hang out and ask me questions, because we have an Ask Furum channel, which is where you can ask me questions and be sure that I am in fact going to answer them. Unless they're like personal questions or something. I'm not going to answer those. So in this race, Rohan's Apollo IE is at a rank of 1708, I believe, so slightly higher than me. This was actually the first time I'd ever taken the Sector 8 curve in this car, and well, as you can tell, I didn't know how to do it very well. Yeah, this video basically has my first experiences on every track pretty much with this car at this rank, so you can see my struggling and my practicing to get better driving it. And I do have to say, it is definitely one of the most fun cars in the game to drive, and it's the most overpowered one, so all in all, it's just basically a perfect car, except for the random glitches and skids that happen occasionally, but other than that, there's really nothing wrong with this car's performance. Okay, so here we are neck and neck with Rohan here going up this, whatever you call it. So here I push him to the side to actually get him back for one time when he knocked me down on a Tokyo race previously. He didn't get knocked down, but he did get slowed down a bit. This time I took the curve quite a lot better because I had realized my mistakes from the first lap, and thus we come in first. Beating, let's see what the ranks were, the 1708 Apollo as well as a 1698 one, which is, by the way, a speed tune, 0505 5454, I believe, and as you can see, it really doesn't hold up that great against the more acceleration-based tunes. I will be uploading part 2 of this video in the coming days of the 8 sequential races directly after these, and I hope you will consider upgrading your Apollo to this rank if you still can with your current setup. So guys, thank you all so much for watching. Please give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed, and consider subscribing to see more Asphalt 8 videos, and especially multiplayer videos like this one. And I will see you in my next video. Goodbye!